Do I look sober?
Welcome to the top-rated Sunday night show on YouTube. The Man Event guys are so glad you're here. I am Beloved. We have the Chief, TSG, and Pooh Bear. Here is what we have for you tonight. The Buccaneers win decisively. AB coming to Tampa. The Rays 2-2 in the World Series. The best and worst Halloween candy, our latest short, and more. Don't be shy. Join the cool kids. Like and subscribe to this show now. This is the Man Event. Hopefully, we're live.
Come on, go.
All right, so listen.
Go, robot, go.
Is it stressful to be in the World Series?
Oh, my gosh.
So much fun.
I mean, goodness gracious. So we're 2-2 after last night's crazy finish. And I'll be the first to admit that last night, I was a pessimist.
You were a pessimist.
You were negative Nancy.
But I was not feeling it. And in the end, we come out with a W. So before we get into the show here real quick, what a crazy day, right? So it's Sunday. The Buccaneers are almost done. Another decisive victory. We'll get to the Bucs here in a minute. We got the World Series coming up pretty much here at the end of this show. And we are all here live at B Love's house. I think this is the first time. Well, we've done this before.
Yeah.
But I think we have all the technical difficulties.
We're giving it a shot, man. We are giving it a shot. There we go, everyone.
Worked out to go to do this live all in the same room.
There we are.
So, man, let's just start with Game 4. I know that you guys probably all have some bits and pieces from the 4 games that we've had so far. But, man, how about last night?
An automatic World Series classic.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Probably one of the great games in World Series history, yes.
If it wasn't my team playing, I would thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah.
It was my team, therefore it was roller coaster, all the lead score changes. It was brutal. The late night, the characters involved, it was
Stressful.
very stressful.
Hey, who picks Phillips to be the hero of the game?
Local boy.
Yeah,
Seminole.
He's got 2 at-bats the whole postseason.
Right.
Wasn't on the regular season roster.
Wasn't on the roster
Wasn't
for
on
the
the
last
ALCS
series.
ALCS, right.
Yep.
Right? Wasn't on the ALCS roster. So clearly he's on the team to be a defensive replacement, probably a pinch runner when they really need to get a run in. They got a guy on second or whatever. With the way they exhausted not just the bullpen last night, but also all of the pinch hitting, it comes down to you don't have anybody else to go. And you got runners on first and second, Kiermaier, who you're happy to have on second base.
Yes.
Kiermaier's
that
going to score from second.
Because he's going to score from second as long as it's not an infield hit. And Arosa Reyna, who apparently has some wheels himself.
And some somersaults.
And some somersaults on first. And man, Phillips delivers that hit to center field, and the merry-go-round.
Dude. Hey, how about if you're Phillips and you're at bat? You're Phillips at bat, and you're like, this is my time. This is from Little League on. This is the moment that you're dreaming of. It's happening to me now, and you're in the moment. I don't even know if he remembers. That moment. That had to be fantastic
for him. Oh, I think 100%. That's all he remembers for the rest of his life.
Well, you saw him last night after the game. They were trying to talk to him. He's like, I need a moment.
But he's still doing the airplane around the field.
Well, even after that,
What is that?
It's sunk in on him that he had produced the game-winning run. Something had happened that was monumental, potentially one of the endings to the greatest World Series game ever. Which, by the way, the ratings are the lowest ever.
Are they really the lowest ratings in the world?
And it has a lot to do with the political activity that's been taking place in all the different sports leagues. You have the same problem with the NBA. You have the same problem with the NFL. We're watching an NFL game now. The ratings are just not there. I don't know if it takes into effect the rise of cord cutting, people cutting the cord, no longer using Nielsen ratings. They're watching on Hulu like I do myself, or on YouTube TV, or they're just obtaining it illegally. That could be
some factors we don't know.
There could be some factors there, but I think the major factor is, the people have spoken. They don't want to see the social justice part of these sports leagues. Sports is an escape.
Tampa Bay is a small market compared to some other guys that are out there. The New York and the LA, and even the guys in Texas. We are a much smaller market. We are a relatively new team in baseball. We don't have any household names on this team, so I can kind of understand it. But I'm gonna tell you what, the guys that tuned in last night saw a group of guys from Tampa that didn't want to lose.
Yep.
We're here to play. We're here to end. They took chances. They tried to steal early on. Didn't work out for Zenke. He got caught at second. But you had it all last night. You had
do I need to get you some Senka? Because normally when we get on the show, you're drinking some coffee. So do you need some Senka?
It's been late.
So it'd be awesome. I don't have any guests with me. So a little short
for you right here.
TFC's got.
No, the traditionalists are always going to be kind of against a small market team like that. But you can't deny the power and what we've done with the budget that we've had and compared to these other larger market teams. And I think as long as the games are exciting, I think that these other teams are going to buy in, because it is good when the smaller market teams do come in, because it creates more fans. So overall, it is better for baseball when teams like the Rays and these other small market teams get a shot. They start creating more baseball fans. And when you're competing with stuff like the NFL and a rising NHL league that's coming to the United States now, and it's important that you start growing your fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So breaking down game, you guys want to start with game 3, or do you want to go back and talk about a couple of earlier games?
Game 3 was bad.
I'm sorry, game 4. I'm sorry. Game 4. I'm sorry, game 4. Do you guys want to just kind of recap game 4 real quick, or do you want to go all the way back to kind of the beginning of the series?
There was so much in game 4. I don't know how you can recap.
Okay, so
there's so much in that last play on game 4.
Okay, so then my question would be: do you want to start with the last play in game 4, or do you want to take a look at all of game 4 first?
I think we start with the last play in game 4. I mean, that summarized the whole game.
Here's how I saw that going down. Okay, so remember we got 2 outs. Right? It's gone. We're down to 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. We need 2 to win. We need 1 to tie. You got KK standing on second, Arosa Reyna on first. Any base hit ties the game. We live to play another inning. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Here's what I found interesting about that, as I've had time to digest it and think about it, is first of all, I don't think we get the opportunity for a play at home if the center fielder doesn't bobble the exchange.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, Kiermaier was definitely going to score.
Yes, he was going to score.
So let's put that in perspective. Kiermaier was going to score. This game was going to be tied, regardless of what kind of play Tyler makes. Taylor
2 outs. So Kiermaier is running on contact.
Correct.
Period.
Yes. No way you catch him.
And he's arguably one of the fastest. He's top 10 fastest guys in the league.
Sure. He's
going to score from second.
Correct. Okay, I'm with you on that.
All
okay.
right. So now you have, can Arosa Reyna score from first?
Well, wait, can we just call him Randy? Because I'm not sure I can get. I don't think I've got Arosa Reyna right yet. I mean, errors.
Rose.
How about A-Roz?
Arena.
Oh, I like A-Roz.
Listen, this guy is an up-and-coming superstar in this league. You need to get his name right.
Can we coin A-Roz?
You can't even get Kiermaier right. Say Kiermaier.
My wife. I think
A-Roz.
Arena. I think either one is acceptable.
I think right now, we can do it. A-Roz.
A-Roz.
Real quick, that's another decisive victory by your
Bucky. That's the final 45-20.
I told you guys that this was a team that could put up 35 to 45 points a game. Not every once in a while, a game. 2 games in a row, you just saw it.
And I got the lucky shirt on.
What about the other side of that coin?
It's still there.
What?
It's all there, man. It's all there.
This is fun. This is fun.
I know. For people who aren't from Tampa and aren't sports fans,
Oh,
2020 isn't great.
No, it's awful.
Over here, number 3.
It's awful.
oh.
There he is, Araz.
Hey, Roz.
So we've got the game here in the family room on, and we'll
So-
be done before that goes.
So we're looking that way. Forgive us,
going
please.
back to that, Phillips gets the hit. Obviously, KK scores standing up, probably jogged in
Yeah.
to home plate. Are they sending, if the exchanges have bobbled, do they send A-Roz anyway?
That's the tough part because I was
They'll
watching.
never know.
Well, I was watching the third base coach, and he did not put up any sign whatsoever.
Well, he did after the.
You're saying
No,
After
definitely.
the- Definitely. Timmy's definitely was had the window going.
It wasn't him. He was on first. He's making no call. I need to watch it again. There was two things I noticed about that play. I did not see the third base coach make any sort of call, and that the ball hit the umpire, which it should never do. Right? The umpire sees the ball coming into home plate. He's watching a Rose Arena trip and fall down, and it hits him in the shin, and it scoots away. That probably saved the run as well, because if the catcher gets to that ball and makes the swipe, it might be 3 outs, and we're tied at 6.
Here's what I said. I was talking to the chief about this earlier. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. For the Rays to tie it and/or win, there's going to have to be a play at home. I don't know if you noticed by watching the replays, there was no backup of the catcher at home plate.
Nobody. Not the first baseman. Not the pitcher.
Not the pitcher.
And well, the first baseman is one lollipopped it into the catcher
Correct.
offline. And so there was really 2 errors on that play. And if you look at the official score only rated the center fielder with an error. He did not give an error to the first throwing error to the first baseman. He probably should have. But hey, whatever. We'll take it. All donations accepted.
That's in question.
It's 2-2. It's a best of 3 series.
I would argue whether that second error was on the first
The
base
throw or the
catch.
catch.
On the catch.
Well,
catch.
It could be.
But
It could
either
be.
way, how does the entire Dodgers team not know there's gonna be a play at home, either to tie the game or win the game? Somebody else should have been back there.
Yeah. To back up.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Hey, whatever.
It's
like I said, all donations accepted.
I don't feel like we need to, coach him on this.
Right.
Now.
Because it may happen again.
If it happens again.
Oh
let's
yeah,
take
they're
it,
taking notes right now.
Well, I'll tell you what's in the Dodgers players' minds right now is possibly that here we go again, right? This is not the first time they've been within striking distance of winning the World Series in the past 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
They've had multiple chances. They are a team that has been this close multiple times. They finally feel they have all the pieces together with Mookie Betts, arguably the best player in baseball right now, who isn't hitting in this series, by the way. Please, let's keep that up. Let's please keep that up.
Mookie is very good.
I do not want to see him start to be able to hit.
What about Turner? Are we gonna keep going to Turner, or are we gonna put that guy on base?
Turner and Seager.
Oh my gosh! Dude, by the way, I was texting last night. I said, "Don't pitch to this guy." I said, "Don't pitch to this guy." The pitch to him. I said, "There." I put it right there, guys. Don't pitch to him.
Well, I think my other thing, and I agree with you on that, Chief, but the other thing I had a problem with in that game was I can't believe they intentionally walked Bellinger to load the bases. He was hurt going into that game, right? And he hasn't been hitting well.
Right.
I think, why did you take the bat out of his hand? I think that could have been an out.
It possibly, but he's Cody Bellinger. I mean, he is a great hitter. He was left in the lineup as a designated hitter because he could hit, not necessarily play the field, right? So he had a back injury, not the shoulder injury. It was a back injury. Apparently, David Martinez, David Martinez felt that he could at least hit. Not David Martinez. What's his name? The coach of the Dodgers. It's not David Martinez.
No, it's not.
It's Dave.
It is Dave.
Is Dave
It
Martinez?
is Dave Martinez.
Okay, sorry.
Danny Martinez. What you're thinking?
I'm thinking of the guy who used to coach the
The
Rays.
former bench coach for the Tampa Bay Rays is the current manager.
No, he's the current coach of the Washington Nationals.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He did last year.
You're right.
Anyway, he decided to keep Cody Bellinger as a designated hitter because his back was good enough to hit but not play the field. So to me, that says don't pitch him. The guy, See, right now, Seager is lightning hot. He's white fire hot. That's the guy you don't want to pitch to. But the problem is with their lineup, there's so much protection.
Well,
You can't put Seager on because the next guy is going to get a hit.
Yes, Turner. You know, he played in Lord of the Rings.
Freaking Gimli.
You know what I'm talking about, man.
You know what I'm talking about, man. They also have that.
Yes.
No, it belongs-
Here they are. Here they are. They're like a better. They're the Rays on steroids. You know,
Assembled by Matt Silverman.
Yeah. Andrew Friedman.
Andrew Friedman,
Yeah,
sorry.
Andrew Friedman. He took them from us. We've got a lot of guys out there in the league that are getting picked up from our administration and from our coaching. And here's the thing: they're making decisions and they're bringing in these players, designing a team just like us. They're just a better us if you look at them on paper, right? So they're over there making decisions and they're putting talent and they're putting these great guys up there. Every time you look at bat, you're like, you know, you're shaking, waiting for a guy to hit a home run. And we're over here looking at our computers in our numbers and our stat sheets going, oh, let's put this picture in over here, and then it works.
Yeah.
It works. Dan Johnson, like the Dan Johnson.
It's so crazy. I thought to myself today, I've posed this question to you guys on the show before, right?
Mhm.
And that's the greatest hits in Rays history. You know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Brasso hit the game winner in the bottom of the eighth on a Wallace Chapman. Was it better than the Dan Johnson home run? And you guys reminded me, what about game 162?
Yeah.
Right? When Evan Longoria went yard. Right. Where does this hit by Phillips rank in Rays lore?
Oh, wow.
Not a home run, just a base hit.
Think about it, though.
If they lead and win, you go down 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, and that's bad.
It means that Tuesday may not take place.
Right.
Shame.
Wow.
I got some help from one of our viewers. Javi, our good friend, Javi Vasquez, corrects us as Davey Roberts. Thank you very much, Javi.
By the way,
We have a lot of echo, so I apologize for the audio quality. Again, we're in the same room. This is not ideal. We'd love to build a Man Event studio. You can help with that by subscribing to the channel.
We get monetized.
it's today John's birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy
Happy
birthday, John
birthday.
Colella. He chimed in about the Bucs game. We haven't gotten that just yet, but Facebook did remind me that it's John's birthday. Happy birthday, John. Have a shot on us.
Okay, back to the bet.
Hang on, Patty.
Okay. Well, so just on the – you got to finish. I'll tag on to that.
Here's my
Okay, if you had to put somebody in that position, Phil's the guy. His batting average, not awesome, so does that get into does that factor into the decision making?
Yes, it does. And I'm going to pause and then I'm going to come back with that. We're going to finish that. This all ties in together. What works is not only when you're looking at the statistics, right? When they're coming up with these batters and they're saying, okay, he's had success against that pitcher. Or it's a lefty versus a lefty, righty versus the lefty. He does good against lefties. He does good against righties, right? Or he's had some success again against this pitcher. But here's the thing. When you do scouting and strategy, it can make the best players that come into the league and they're banging it, right? They're doing a great job. It can marginalize them, right?
I heard it.
The best players that you think are going to do great, once they get scouting and once they get strategy, they're marginalized, a lot of the times. And I think what happens is you bring a guy like Phillips in, right?
That nobody has scouted.
Nobody.
Is that what you're saying? No one scouted him.
Nobody has no. Okay, you bring him up. What am I going to throw him? What pitch am I going to throw him?
It took you a long time to set that up.
So anyway, that's where the batting average comes in. Chief, take it away.
So it's
Take it away, Chief.
You finished my
the
thought.
Dodgers
I like
had
it.
no tape on
Phillips.
Maverick.
Okay.
Right? His middle name is Maverick, by the way. Right? Shout out to his parents, Brett Phillips' parents. We love you. Thank you for being, tampons.
Go Seminoles.
Yeah.
Go
Go Seminoles.
Thank you for naming your son Maverick.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Did you name the other one Goose?
I
Yes.
hope so.
Wow.
Look, John's throwing us some shade here.
Great ball in the fire.
So apparently we're having some audio difficulties.
Okay.
And John's saying that we're getting more feedback than we normally do from viewers.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Wow. It should be better now.
It should
The
be.
audio.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's rough. You may have.
You viewers
Did we
out there,
bring a tech guy
is
in?
it better now?
Last night?
Did we bring our audio tech guy in?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Intern.
It was
Can we get the intern?
Medic! Oh, wait.
It's you, Bobby. Oh man, well, what a great discussion we're having because the Rays are doing so well in the World Series. They won 2 games, or they've lost 2. I firmly believe this series is going to go 7. Just you can see it the way it's building up. I'd love a Rays victory in 6. That'd be fantastic.
Oh my
But,
gosh,
you know,
that's all we can hope for.
more than likely, this is probably going to go 7. Clearly, these 2 teams are evenly matched as far as strategy wise. I do believe, and I'm not a Rays homer when it comes to this, that the Dodgers probably have a more talented roster. We've discussed that at length
Oh my
about
goodness.
the
I think
household
Mookie
names.
Betts makes more than our entire roster combined.
It was Mookie Betts and Kershaw. Both of their salaries were more than the Rays combined.
Both of theirs combined, or one, or them
Both
No,
their
combined.
salaries combined.
combined.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
Rays
they're-
rosters is 50-something million. I think both of them are like 25 or something. So it was right there.
So what about tonight? What do you want to see tonight?
I want to see Glasnow go out and dominate. I want to see Kershaw get lit up. I want to see a 26-0 Rays victory. That's what I want to see.
Oh, wait.
I think you got to
If
be
it's
aggressive.
26-0. I'm going to bed early tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Listen, you got to get aggressive on him early. Don't wait. Don't take the first pitch. Go on the first pitch, hit on him, because as soon as you start breaking his confidence, Kershaw early, and in the first inning, his first 7 pitches, if you hit him, you're going to start breaking into his
Yeah, I
confidence.
saw that in game 1.
Yes. If you wait and you give him time to lock it in, that's going to be a problem. And then he's going to get solid just like Bueller did the other day.
Well,
Especially to get comfortable.
Yeah.
2 schools of thought. One school of thought, go out there, take pitches, get his pitch count up, and get him out in 4 innings. The other one is what you're suggesting is go out there and try to get ahead of him, and take early swings, and try to get hits and shatter his confidence. I don't know, man. I think the more reliable strategy is going to be to put the bat on your shoulder and take a couple of pitches.
Well, I think the reason why I prefer to go the other way is because you get a twofold attack here, and that is when we get a lead, it's hard to beat us. So if we attack early, we get that lead.
I'll agree with that. We definitely, I think I saw even a stat last night that our winning percentage is like in the 800s or 900s when we score first. Listen, I'm tired of giving up home runs to that redheaded dude in the first half.
Turner.
The first inning.
Right.
Turner.
If that dude doesn't catch one in his buttocks tonight, I mean,
Yeah.
dude.
Look, he's done nothing against baseball rules. The guy's just been a fantastic player.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
If he played for your team,
I don't like him. I don't like him.
To me, I think I told you guys that he reminds me of a Kevin Youkilis for the Red Sox years ago.
Oh,
He's just a tough out. He's a scrappy player. If he was on your team, you would love him.
Yep.
But he's not.
I
He's
still
on
hate
the
He's
enemy.
not. Bear.
I do
still
too.
hate Euclid.
I do too. If I saw him in the grocery store, I'd probably run my buggy into his. That's exactly that's what I would
That's
do.
a message.
I'm gonna run my.
All right, so listen, I
You
got
sank my battleship.
something I got to talk to you.
All
I
right.
got something I got to talk to you guys about.
Bring it on.
Uh-oh. Bring it.
Last night, I got all hyped up in the game,
Yeah,
and
you weren't alone.
we have a thing here at the Man Event where in critical game time situations, we stand.
Yeah.
Right? We stood today on a field goal. We stand on 4th down, whether we're defending or on offense.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the 9th inning, down 2 runs, you stand.
I was up.
I stood the entire night.
I was up.
I might have been sitting for the
Come
first out.
on, man.
For the first out. It was just the first out. And then I realized, like, oh my goodness,
I did.
I might have
It's
killed
me.
this.
I
I
did it.
might have killed this. So the first out was on me. But the fact that I was standing,
I even sent a reminder.
I know you did.
You know what?
I even sent a reminder.
I feel like Tom Brady trying to trust his receivers right now.
right.
You just can't count on some people.
Right.
We got to get it together. It's mid-season almost.
Man.
So
I mean,
listen,
we're in the
all
World
we're coming
Series.
in, I stood.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 2 runs, and we're sitting here today high as a kite.
Yes.
Right? But they did get 1 out. I apologize.
Yeah, Greg feels it may have been one of the best endings to a baseball game ever, and we firmly agree.
Absolutely, man. That was absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
Like I said at the beginning of this, that's a classic World Series game. Probably top 10 in my book.
definitely top 10. The recency effect I feel is gonna weigh on us right now. I want to really get into it and research and see.
Well,
at least the ones I've seen in my lifetime. Obviously, there's a lot of games that happened before I was even born.
we had multiple lead changes. The first time that there were runs scored, I think, in the last 7 innings of a game.
Yeah.
Every inning there was a run scored. I mean, that's baseball. That is fun baseball to watch.
Yep.
It's great baseball, to be a fan for.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had everything you were looking for.
Instantly, what comes to mind is the Kirk Gibson home run back in '88, I think it was, when the Dodgers won the World Series. Yep. It wasn't in Game 7; it was in Game 6, I believe. But he comes off the bench. He's injured. He's a very similar situation to the kid that hit last night. I can't remember his name.
You mean Phillips?
Brett Phillips. Very similar situation.
Maverick.
It's just he comes off the bench as a pinch hitter. He couldn't run, so it was essentially a home run or an out. That's all that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And he hits the home run. You get the fabulous call that I can't believe what I just saw. The fist, the arm pump. I mean, there's so much to that, and eventually the Dodgers ended up winning.
Hey, real quick there, I call him Shooter McKinney there. Hey, McKinney, congratulations on your recent tournament championship, by the way. We do like to give shout out to our local guys here in sports. And if you can,
what tournament?
McKinney, he does some shooting tournaments. And if you can give us the names through text, Greg, on some of those local guys who won some shooting.
This is like a 3-gun? I really don't want to say the GUN word, but the pew-pews?
Yeah.
A 3-gun? 3 GUN?
Yep. If you can give us some names, we'll give some shout outs to some local guys that have done real well.
It's like to flag it when you say the word. I
hear you.
Not that I want to. We're nobodies.
So obviously we're 2-2. We got Game 5 tonight. Rays are hoping to pull off a victory because we would love to see a victory in Game 6.
Oh my gosh!
Game 6
Specifically,
was a
Game
clincher.
6. We'd love to see a victory in.
Game 6 clincher.
Before we move on to football real quick. The next main event short comes out this week.
It will, yes. It is essentially done. We just previewed it, did a little more than rough draft, second draft this afternoon with the guys. We've got 3 or 4 corrections to make, and it should be ready. Look for it on, say, Wednesday.
Tell us what is the content? When might we see
this? This is a video that is going to demonstrate the best ways to deliver Halloween candy to trick-or-treaters social distance style. Yep. As you know, this is 2020. Nothing is normal. Apparently, in my neighborhood, I'm not sure about yours, parents don't want kids coming to a door to receive candy from not really strangers, but neighbors. So you're looking for ways to deliver the candy a little differently.
Yeah, we blow it.
We've got some great ideas.
We blow it. It's funny. It's wholesome. Check it out. We blow it. But
we've probably got 600 to 700 IQ points sitting at the table right now. Obviously, we come up with some real winners.
Yep, that's my wife says. Big forehead. 70, my wife says
140.
All right. So maybe Wednesday. Is that what I hear?
I'm thinking Wednesday. There's some, a late change of plans for the week. Just hit me this afternoon.
But if you subscribe, you will be alerted when it drops.
If you ring the bell, if you click the bell icon, you'll definitely be alerted.
I made a Facebook post today without seeking y'all's permission.
Uh-oh.
And on the Facebook post, I said that if you will make a comment on the Facebook post that I made earlier today and subscribe to the Man Event Show on YouTube, we'll send you some Halloween candy.
Okay.
Can we pull that off?
I see your bowl over there.
Yeah.
We've got plenty.
So if you mean those candy corn things?
Yeah.
Because I got extras of those. Nobody likes those candy corn.
What's the stamp cost? 40 cents?
Yeah. So if you go to our Facebook page right now, I made a post earlier this afternoon. Make a comment, say something like, hey, I saw you on the live show, or send me candy, whatever it is, and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll make sure you get some Halloween candy. So with
do we do full-size candies here at the main event?
We get the candy corn.
Just candy corn?
Just get some candy corn. And for Christmas, we can do
no promise on the quality of candy, just that the fact that it's candy.
Listen, you just ruined it.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
All right. So on the
you didn't talk to us about this, so I don't know where you're going.
Candy corn.
On the topic of Halloween candy.
Okay.
What are your favorite
Yes.
And least favorite Halloween candies.
Candy corn.
It's both your favorite and your least favorite.
No, it's my least. That's a garbage. Why does it show up
not
every year?
garbage. It is
just
delicious.
wax. It's wax and sugar, and it
And
tastes
honey.
like garbage.
And honey.
Oh man, it's
And
cheap.
honey.
It's wax.
Did you ever go back as a kid? Did you ever change your mask and go to the house that passed out the candy corn?
No, because I had it at my house.
No.
I didn't need to get it from strangers. I had it at my house. Brock's candy corn. Farley's is actually a little bit better than Brock's. I don't want to,
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
This guy likes candy corn so much, he knows the difference in the brands.
I didn't know there were two brands.
Oh my God.
I know the two brands.
I didn't know there were two brands.
This is
Man,
America.
the things
There
that
are
you
always two
learn on
brands.
the main event, the things you learn on the main
Do you
event.
not know about the Farley's pumpkins?
Oh
The
my
marshmallow
goodness.
pumpkins? It's essentially candy corn with the marshmallow. It's not really marshmallow, but marshmallow-y
Oh.
stuff inside.
Ron Lovell, Reese's. That's the
That
guy.
man knows what he's talking
guy
about.
after my own heart, right there.
Yeah,
Reese's
smoking
Pieces
food.
peanut butter cups.
But you gotta put your Reese's peanut butter cups in the freezer.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
You gotta
Yes, you can do what you want with them, but we actually have a top 10 list. What are you doing? You're running the top 10, Pat.
oops, sorry. Well, he mentioned it already,
So
so
we actually have a top 10 list. Is there
Okay.
anything else back there?
Okay, what you got?
What you
let's
got?
do
All
it.
right.
Let's
With
go.
coming in at number 10. Do you have anything else back there? I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, we'll know soon enough if we don't have only
No,
have
you're
9.
8, 9, 10. Okay.
Yep,
Oh,
you're
you
good.
probably ate one of them.
I timed it out. Coming in at number 10. A lot of people like this. This is not one of my favorites, but I did it. This information comes clearly from a scientific double-blind study done by Stanford. I'm just sharing you the results with them.
While wearing a mask.
I have no idea if any of that's true. Number 10, the Almond Joy.
That is the worst candy ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Almond Joys have nuts. Mounds don't.
Get that right.
Coconut.
So it's in there. That's just for you. You can eat that. All right. That's number 10. Coming in, this is a
I
twofer.
need it.
Number 9,
Of course you'll eat
the
it.
Tootsie Pop. Right? It's a candy on the outside,
Wow.
and then, of course, a Tootsie Roll in the middle.
How many licks
Mm-hmm.
does it take?
More than 3.
Yes.
More than 3. That owl is a liar. Okay?
Hey.
That's for you, TSG.
Thank you.
Almond joys aren't bad.
Oh,
I know. I like coconut.
They're
It's
really
like
not
my favorite.
bad, man.
I love
So essentially, this was the list I compiled where, like you said before about the candy corn, if you got that, you're going to swap masks and go back.
Huh?
Yeah,
that.
whatever.
Only for the sake of Halloween, I'll go ahead and
Because you like to stay healthy.
break my diet.
All right. At number 8, this is a,
All right,
a
no one's
favorite.
over.
I think it's on the list for a couple of reasons.
Just-
One,
Listen, hold on a second. I just want to note it. He did not finish the Almond Joy.
where'd it go?
He threw the rest of it away.
Well, no, it's still here for seconds.
Oh.
There's more coming.
Okay. You're
Yes.
saying
That was 10. I'm waiting for number 1 or 2. I got my favorites still on the
Who
road.
says you're going to get number 1 or 2?
Well, just in case.
All right, at number 8, this is a fan favorite, I think, because of a couple of reasons. One, it's inexpensive. 2, it's plentiful, and it kind of fills the bag. If you get a candy bowl, it fills the bowl. Is the old Tootsie Roll. Okay, it's kind of boring. It's not my favorite again, but it's on the list because of its popularity and availability. All right,
Tootsie
plan number 7. We're going back to pure sugar, essentially, not chocolate. Come on, Starburst.
Oh, I'll take those.
All right, Starburst. They're on the list. They're fruit flavored. These are great for Halloween handing out because you get 2 in 1.
All right. Now the
Right?
question here
Kids love
is:
those.
is this going to be an orange and a yellow?
Is that what you want? You like the orange?
No,
and
no,
the
I
yellow?
don't want either one.
There's a pink
There's a pink
and an orange.
and an orange.
Oh, the
what
orange
is
is
wrong?
terrible.
What is wrong with orange?
It's bad.
How's it bad?
It tastes like. Go ahead,
I'll
you
eat
try it.
I'll eat it.
It's not good. The pinks are good. The yellows are good. The orange.
What about
not
the
good.
red?
I really don't remember the red. To tell you the truth, man. I don't know. What else we got? What's next?
What was that? Number 6.
Something like
Yeah, that was number 7. This is number 6. This is number 6. It's probably a lot of people's number 1 favorite. It's not one of mine.
Right.
I don't like nuts, so I'm putting this there. Is the Snickers.
Oh, I do like the Snickers.
Right? Snickers, it satisfies, it fills you up.
No regrets.
It's not one of my favorites because of the nuts. If you didn't have the nuts, you'd have a Milky Way essentially. But this is not my favorite.
That's one of my
But
favorites.
it's a fan favorite. Kids love them.
Mhm.
No
Like that
regrets.
No
It's a good one.
regrets.
Hey, the fun size Snickers, they used to be, like maybe 2 inches.
Yeah.
This thing's down to maybe not even an inch now, by
Hey,
the way.
Well, this is the mini.
recession.
That's the mini. Right?
No.
That's not the fun size. The fun size is a little bigger.
Fun
Fun
size
size is the size of number 5
All right.
that I'm about to reveal here. Number 5 is essentially 2 Hershey Kisses. It is nothing more than the Hershey
Dude, that's
bar.
solid. You get that in your bag as a kid, you're going back to that house.
The fun size.
Yes, the
Really?
Hershey's. Just the Hershey's.
Okay, I'm going back for a full size to put on some s'mores.
Okay.
But the Hershey's, number 5, coming in right there.
Listen, this segment of the main event
Brought to you by Mars Candy
brought to you
Company.
by M&M Mars.
Dude, I'm a big fan. I like the Hershey's.
All right, number 4. This is one of my personal favorites. Like I said, this study, this list is irrefutable. It is fact. It cannot be argued with. Don't even try. The Twix. This happens to be the left Twix.
The chief and his dang sound.
That was a new.
I like
It
it.
was something more. All right. There it is. The Twix. This is just the.
I like the Twix.
You don't
Is that the left right
This
or
is
the left
the
Twix
right.
or the right
This
Twix?
is a right. I thought it was
Oh, it is a
left.
right. It says it.
It says right. This is a right. I typically like them, the full size.
Full size.
But hey, you get the graham cracker, you get the chocolate, you get the caramel. I'm a big fan of caramel. That's what's helped me keep my girls figure. So there you go. Pat, that's just for you.
Oh.
What's wrong? You want
Hey.
the Twix?
Hey, man, give me a
All right,
break.
number 3.
Oh, that's Kit Kat. Sorry.
Number 3 coming in, brightly colored. Everybody loves these. No, not M&Ms. They're candy. They're a fruit flavored equivalent. The Skittles. There they are. Number 3. What's he doing?
I like it.
This guy.
We're on the number 2.
Yeah, you're getting close here.
Still playing.
Oh yeah.
I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off.
Like to get the number 2 anytime now.
All right, go ahead.
Number 2, again, I think all the best candies have more than one flavor. It's a twofer, right? The Hershey's the highest rated candy flavor on the countdown. That is only one thing. This is 2 flavors in one. Peanut butter and chocolate. The Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a lot of people's
Yes,
favorite.
sir.
You
But
got that
you're
right.
wrong.
Yes.
It's only number 2. It is not number 1.
Well,
All of you out there saying it's number 1, you're wrong. You hear me?
I don't mind eating.
You can have that.
hold on here. Are you ready for number 1?
I ain't never ready for number 1.
Hold on.
Oh,
If Snickers could be improved upon, which it has been,
oh my
it's
goodness.
right here with the Milky
No
Way.
way.
Number 1. You get the chocolate, the nougat, and the caramel. If you didn't have teeth, you could just mash this with your tongue and the roof of your mouth and still be able
That's
to
Grandma's
enjoy it.
favorite.
The
Right?
Milky Way.
Grandma's favorite, the Milky Way. This is the number 1 Halloween candy. It may be the number 1 candy of all time. I don't know. This is only for Halloween trick-or-treating. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you had at number 1, again, if it's not Milky Way,
I completely disagree.
All right, so before we get
You don't even need candy,
before
skinny
we get
boy.
everybody's take on their favorite and their least favorite, I gotta mention that right now viewing the show
Yes.
is Bill and Ashley, our personal trainer.
Yes.
And she is going to require Cliff to do bands because of all the calories.
Oh, we're not doing
Oh.
bands.
I just saw him.
and all the
Busted.
candy he's
We're
eating.
doing bands.
What we got?
Now might be a
Shout
good
out.
time to tell Ashley we're not going to make it to boot camp until Friday.
You see that's a local.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Pat, you want to talk about this?
Sure. Okay. Shooter McKinney. Here we go. We're gonna give a shout out to some local guys. It says here today's results from the Open Finals today, and we're talking about the shooting championships. Tim Nolan from Tampa won nationals in the Carry Optics C class, and Tom Castro finished 6th in the Carry Optics Master class. Nothing from the Race Gun Nationals for local champions, but congratulations, Tim Nolan, and also congratulations, Tom Castro. Good job.
All right,
Way to
good job,
represent
guys.
local, guys.
I would love to
Very
get
nice.
involved in something like that. I enjoy the hobby, as it were. I've never done it anywhere near professionally or competitively, but it sounds like a lot of fun. It's nice you got their mouth full of candy.
As long as you don't hear that little thing we've heard on YouTube, is I shot myself.
Nope.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Let's go.
I can't believe it.
We know Pooh Bear's favorite candy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just told you. Well, no, it's not necessarily mine. It was the Stanford double-blind, journal-approved,
Oh, boy.
scientific
Oh,
triple
right.
space study.
Moving
Okay, well,
on.
so give us Pooh Bear. We'll go around the table real quick.
Yeah,
Pooh Bear, what's your favorite candy?
I just told you this is
That-
the
irrefutable.
Milky Way. You need Milky Way.
This is my candy bar. This is my favorite right there. There you go.
TSG, what you got?
Not the mini, the full size.
Are we going to move on? Are we going to go ahead and get into the Antonio Brown Buccaneers?
No.
Or
What's your
what are we
favorite
doing?
candy?
My favorite's Reese's Pieces. I've been arguing that the whole time.
Pieces, not the cup. The pieces.
Reese's Pieces peanut
ET.
butter cup.
Yeah.
Peanut butter cup.
Extraterrestrial.
Absolutely. Everyone at church even knows this. They bring this to me.
Reese's Pieces aren't bad.
Chief, what do you got?
That Reese's peanut butter cup. Sometimes I break them up with some vanilla ice cream too, and
Ooh.
You know, you're very
That's next
creative.
level.
You're very creative with food.
I don't maintain this size by accident.
I'm gonna have to go with. I'm a huge fan of the Reese's peanut butter cup too. I do like them frozen,
Yeah.
but I like the chocolate a little bit. So I'd Pooh Bear. I do. To your point, I go with the Milky Way, maybe even a little Snickers. What's your
Too many nuts and Snickers.
least favorite?
Oh, John's got an Easter. John goes with the Easter egg. My wife said she likes the
It's a
Reese's
solid one.
with the pumpkin shape, right? Which is essentially so they take the Reese's cup and they make it into all kinds of different shapes. Pumpkin for Halloween. You got the Christmas tree for Christmas, the Easter egg for Easter.
Yes.
Genius marketing by Mars Candy Bars. The least favorite, I've been a little busy this weekend. I was going to research this, but it was back in the day. There was these peanut butter flavored medallions, I'll call them. They used to come in a brown or an orange wax wrapper. They were absolutely disgusting. But it was one of those things where every year when you got some from the old lady across the street, you would try it because you were hoping that maybe something changed. Maybe they changed the formula. Maybe your taste buds changed. But no, it was still garbage, still awful. Don't hand those out unless you're 95 years old and can't afford it and living on Social Security. Then we'll give you a pass.
There we go. You know, the famous apple or piece of fruit.
But a caramel apple is so good.
Caramel apple, yes, but
you can't eat it.
You
You
get
get
a
a
basic-
razor blade in it. Everyone knows you can't.
Everyone
eat the
knows you get a
caramel
razor
apple.
blade
The
in
one
an
on the
apple.
fair?
Yeah, you're the guy who takes his candy to the X-ray machine.
No, but my parents never let me. If I got a caramel apple, from somebody down the street, I wasn't allowed to eat it because there could be a razor blade in it. They had to throw it away.
Wow. How about what's your least favorite then?
So if we're just talking about Halloween candy, it's the candy corn. Those things are disgusting. And you know what?
You
And then
don't get that for Halloween, though.
the Halloween is the candy corn. You
People
do.
don't hand that out.
They
for
do hand it out. They
trick-or-treat.
put it in those little plastic stacks and they throw it in your bag, man. And they're doing something for you. And then somebody always, puts them in their teeth, like, oh, I'm a vampire. They're disgusting. But if we're talking about candy in general, it's those marshmallow peeps they give you for Halloween, for Easter. Those things are disgusting.
What?
Yes, nasty.
Get out of here.
They are nasty.
Oh my
I am not
gosh.
eating a marshmallow peep ever if I don't have to.
Those are bad.
I will buy those and save them all year long.
That's as bad as a
I
mac.
love
That's the
marshmallow
way I
peeps.
feel about Thin Mint Girl Scout.
Yes.
I buy them by the case.
So-
I swear, I still probably have a couple of boxes.
So my dad's philosophy for eating marshmallow peeps is you have to buy them early. You open them and let them sit out and get a little hard.
That's as bad as a
This
macaroon.
man has thought about
My
the-
dad loves candy.
Those are
All right, so here's mine,
Let's
and
hear
then,
it.
I'll take us on to the next subject.
yeah.
So I'm in Publix this week, and they have on sale buy one get one Raisinets. And I thought to myself,
Ooh, those
You're
are
probably not going to sell a lot of those.
good. Those are
Yeah.
good.
I
Raisinets.
love Raisinets.
Oh, I
They're
love
a movie
Raisinets.
candy. It's not a Halloween candy.
I've got a whole box of Costco ones in the refrigerator. This is just a tub.
I love Raisinets.
And every night I reach my big old paw in there and I grab them and
Hey,
Even
Yeah.
Sunmade even sells
we're going to need to talk about
raisins.
the new guy.
yeah.
Sunmade even sells raisins that are coated in chocolate, and they're good too.
Hey,
All right.
fans out there, give me some support on this,
Hey.
okay?
Listen, I wouldn't argue with Mr. McKinney.
He has guns.
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
candy corn rocks.
Where's this guy?
I don't know. He just gets up and goes.
He's going to get ice cream, I
He turns
think.
off his camera like he can't
Like
see.
people can't see him in my camera. I'm looking for some Thin Mints.
They're on the outside.
Coming in first place at the 10-yard
Oh,
sprint
there
on the
it
man
is.
event.
They're in there.
All right.
flipping
He
around.
literally-
Somebody-
Let's
He
get
literally
going
is
on
looking
this.
for
Let's
Thin
get going.
Oh,
There we go.
where's he at?
It's not even
Is that
midnight.
it?
It's
Where's
not
that?
even midnight, and this guy, look at him.
Where's he at? There
Oh,
he is. He was literally in the refrigerator.
All right. Wow. Okay. So
We
moving
lost
on.
I'm back.
This is probably the last segment we have time
Folks,
for.
we have a script and everything, and we're nowhere close.
yeah.
I'm trying my best.
Where are we at on the
I
script?
don't know. Look, I'm not kidding. We've got these notes here typed up,
Who types these anyway? Who does all this work?
What do we got left in the show?
All right, so let's. This is probably the last segment we got time for.
Real quick, you gotta do paper, scissors, rock. Who's got to wear the wig for the rest of the show?
Oh yes.
Let's go.
All right, so we got
I'll give
one
you rock,
segment.
paper, scissors, you.
We got one segment left. One of the things we've talked about doing going forward is a contest every week. And so we figured out what it's going to be going forward for the next couple of weeks, and I'll share that with you in a minute. But this week we didn't really have anything great prepared, so we're just going to go old school with some rock, paper, scissors. So since I'm the one, administering the quiz, I'm going to pick these two to go against each other, and then Chief gets the winner.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Wait a minute.
No, it's 3. Then go.
All right, scissors, rock,
paper,
on
scissors,
a national.
shoot. You guys are killing me. You never done rock, paper?
I did it right. He did it wrong.
All right, let's do it. Ready?
Do you sing Happy Birthday before or after they blow up candles?
What?
Where are you from?
Before. Come on, ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, suck it.
All
That's
right,
scissors,
so
folks.
Chief
It's paper.
Chief versus TSG.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
No!
Woo!
Two-time loser. He's out.
Put it on,
All right, for those who couldn't see off camera, it was rock twice. Chief stayed with rock because he can't think of anything else. And TSG went scissors and
And he'll be wearing that wig.
The wig of shame.
Listen, I'm going to give Bill my thoughts on Daniel Jones.
This is ridiculous.
White men can't run. There you go. That's my thoughts. Daniel Jones, that was a great play by that guy. I mean, I think he ran as far as he reminded me of a Rosarena. Maybe that's what a Rosarena was thinking when he tripped. He was thinking Daniel Jones. Clearly, the guy was just out of gas, getting into the end zone. But it's fantastic, effort by Mr. Jones. Yeah. True about he's right. I mean, I've known the guy for 25 years.
Yeah, we don't disagree on that.
I'm
All right.
pretty
So let's talk about the
I don't even
Bucs.
know what that means.
So the Bucs are now.
He stuck with it. He can't think of anything else to do.
Oh, it's-
Are we 4-2 or 5-2?
Bucs are
5-2. We are
5-2.
we're huge Bucs fans here.
Yeah.
Leading the NFC South.
Yes.
Right. Another decisive victory today.
Yep.
Right. And what do you guys think about today's game?
Well, okay, a few more penalties than last week. Last week, 0. Today, I think we only had 4.
4 in the fourth quarter.
Gronkowski came on in a huge way. So did Godwin. We didn't see a lot of Mike Evans, but we did see a lot of Scotty Miller. By the way, McClendon stepping in after only a couple of days on the roster as a new nose tackle, taking over for Vita Vea. I thought the guy did a great job, just stopping up the middle. That's what he's there to do. Did a great job. Liz gave his defensive end some room to work, gave even Sue a chance to, inflict some damage.
Yeah,
So
the Raiders' passing game was definitely way better than the running game from what I remember seeing.
yes, the Buccaneers they look like a complete team again this week.
They look like a team
Offense and defense.
because
They do.
all
They're definitely getting better.
all of the shortcomings they had in the first couple of weeks, you're like, oh wow, if Gronkowski could get going, Godwin's hurt. Of course, Evans really wasn't in the game today at all. We didn't see much of Scotty Miller in the first couple of 3 weeks. He came on today. So it was just really kind of seeing all these different pieces come together. Listen, man, this may be a town of destiny. I don't like talking about it, but it just keeps rearing its head.
It's got a feeling.
It's got a feeling. And if you
Feels
haven't
good.
heard, the Rowdies made it to their championship game this weekend. I mean, there is just an air about this town that is hard
It's feeling
to.
good.
Could be the sports trifecta or even more, or the.
It hasn't happened since 1935, folks.
We got to
But
move
the-
this
the
along,
team
though.
of
We got to move this
three
quick. Or we want to talk about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, we can talk. So, any other thoughts today on the Bucs game, though?
I mean, it's all coming together. You can see that the mistakes are going down, right? The receivers, Brady is counting on Gronk. Gronk is back. Can we agree on that?
Oh, yeah.
with the
He's
Alpha
finally in
Zone,
shape.
yeah.
He's finally in shape. He's making all the right routes. He's making the moves. He's got the speed. He's making all the catches.
And I'll tell you, I wasn't a huge fan of bringing Gronk out of free agency. He could spend a year off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes a while to get into football shape, especially as a tight end. I think the tight end is probably one of the hardest working players on the field.
Oh,
They've got
absolutely.
so much responsibility
Yeah.
on every play. And we had two quite possibly guys that could have been Pro Bowl tight ends and OJ.
Definitely starters on other
Right,
rosters.
on starters on other rosters.
Certainly.
But
now OJ's out.
But now OJ's out and Gronk is showing up. And really, since OJ went out, Gronk has come out and been one of the leading receivers of this team every week.
We even saw number 88. I can't remember his name. The third string tight end.
You mean Hudson?
Hudson, yes.
Yeah.
Probably on Cliff's fantasy roster.
Probably.
Not on my favorite. Cameron Brady is though.
Ooh, that's a
Cameron
solid
Brady.
blow.
Chiefs loves to have Buccaneers on the
So here's
field.
the thing. We're chugging along, right? Chugging along. Things are starting to look like they're together. And we signed this week Antonio Brown.
Excellent signing. Genius move.
Yes, genius.
Not genius.
Excellent
Oh,
move.
you guys don't agree?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
No.
I'm not on the Antonio Brown. I hope I have to eat my words.
You will. Just
Okay.
like last night.
Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians.
That worked out for us.
Yeah,
by
it did
the
work
way.
out for us. Bruce Arians didn't want him at Pittsburgh. He
Yep.
said it earlier this year. He says, not going to happen, saying that he's not going to be on this roster, not going to happen. The guy is bringing baggage with him. You know,
Yes.
he doesn't work out in New England, only plays one game up there, and doesn't work out in Vegas. And now here he is again. He's being paid the league minimum because of this garbage he's giving. I don't even know. The NFL is investigating him still. I don't know how many games that he's even going to have in him
Let me
before
tell
the
you,
NFL decides he's not going to play.
Let me tell you what Antonio Brown is. Antonio Brown is the extra bag of ice your uncle brings over to your Christmas party. You don't really need it right now, but if you do, it's there. And if you don't use it,
Yeah, well,
So Antonio
I mean,
Brown's a wet spot on the
if,
floor.
if you put him on your carpet, I guess.
Yeah.
So
so
if
I
you use
guess,
it right,
you
it's
know,
not.
the Pooper, I can go with that argument for the fact, going back to what Chief just said, they did get him for the league minimum. It's not like he cost us.
Just a little bit more.
It's not like
2.5 million 1 year deal.
2.5 max.
Max,
It's only-
right.
It's really
Yeah, it's
only
an
gonna be
incentive-laden deal.
yeah,
right?
it's
1
only gonna
million
be
in base salary,
probably gonna be $1
$700
million.
750,000 if the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah. 250,000 incentives for receptions and yards and touchdowns.
I don't like a guy coming in mid-season. I don't like him coming in with baggage.
He wants a graham cracker and toast and marshmallows.
It seems like everywhere he's gone, he's been an eyesore in the clubhouse.
Incorrect, sir. Incorrect.
Incorrect.
He was the number one receiver in Pittsburgh all of his years, except for those last 2 or 3 games.
So you ready for this?
Bring it on.
All right. Here's the deal. Brown he's a low risk reward, high reward situation, right? This guy, he was recently in 2018. He 2 years ago considered the best wide receiver in football, period.
Yep.
And the consensus number 1 pick in fantasy football. Everyone knows that. He had 104 receptions, almost 1,300 yards, and 15 touchdowns in his last full season in Pittsburgh. 4 catches with 1 touchdown in his 1 game with Tom Brady as a quarterback with New England last year. He'll be paid very low salary in comparison, 1.5 million. We talked about the incentives and everything that comes in there. And I'm sure those incentives are probably going to come into play if he does get to play, which is going to benefit us if he does get them. So the Bucs need him, but they've got 2 young Pro Bowl receivers, but right now they're injury prone. So what does Brady see here? Brady's like, these guys are getting hurt. They got to make the most of the window that Brady's got. So let's bring him in. Like I said, he's low risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
And, if our guys keep getting injured, you got a hamstring with Godwin
and Evans,
ankle with Evans, and you've even got a hip injury with Scooter Miller. So take it away.
What you got, Chief?
So here's the downside to Antonio Brown. Okay, forget his history. He's at the end of his career. His career is over. Okay, and we have got guys that we need to continue to develop. Tyler Johnson needs to be continued to be developed. Scotty Miller. We've got other guys that this is going to take away reps and receptions from. And when we need them, guess who's not going to be here? Antonio Brown, not going to be on the roster. Mike Evans, who knows? Maybe on the roster, maybe not on the roster. But we need these guys to continuously step up.
Why would Antonio be on the roster?
Well, because like I said, he's at the end of his career. He's playing. Look, let's face it. He's here for one reason, one reason only, because he believes that this is the place to go to win a Super Bowl.
32.
He's 32. He's younger than Tom Brady.
Oh, dude, you cannot even compare. I mean, how many starting receivers are 32? Everybody, even the kickers are younger than Tom Brady. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Okay.
When you are buying for a Super Bowl, go ahead.
Is Chief younger than Tom Brady?
No. But when you are buying for a Super Bowl and you got the window that you got with Tom Brady, you're always trying to improve your team. Tom Brady liked him in New England. He wanted him there. Everyone knows that. And he's been buying for him since week 4 to come to the Bucs.
So you're okay with buying a Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Yankees do it every year.
So we talked about this at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
In fact, I think we talked about this when the Buccaneers signed Gronkowski.
Yep.
Okay, and that was your beef then.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just buying a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, you got a short window with Tommy. You got to win now. You know, and the one thing I thought about this week, and again, we're on a roll, but, you know, if you remember, Peyton went to Denver after being in Indianapolis his whole career and went through an injury. They didn't win the Super Bowl till year 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was me telling myself to be a little patient.
And here's the thing: whoever thinks that he's going to be possibly a cancer or a distraction, listen, this guy's been put down. He's been humbled. He's had everything taken away. He was 4 days away from collecting $29 million
before he was cut by the Raiders.
Right. So he's been humbled. You haven't heard from him in a while now. Now there was a bunch of stuff there. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So
he's been humbled. He's going to want to prove it. He's auditioning this year for another team next year or our team next year if we can afford him.
The one problem I have with him is 2 years ago when he essentially quit on the Steelers. When he walked off the field when the game was still going, that was my one problem with him. Everything else I'm fine with. The helmet thing, the feet thing. I mean, obviously, if he's fully guilty of assaulting the woman in Miami, I'm not okay with that, clearly. But I do believe that he's deserving of his day in court. Let's find out the facts. Let's let the police and the investigators investigate it. But aside from that, he has not been a problem. He's done nothing but contribute to his teams that he's played for. If they let him go, it's on them. It really hasn't been because of his attitude or because of anything he's done in the locker room other than the thing in Pittsburgh. But as we've seen in recent days, the Pittsburgh football team is not a place where anybody wants to be. Le'Veon Bell is gone. You've had a number of players that have left or quit that team because of the ownership, the leadership, whatever's going on. I don't know.
You mean the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers?
They are undefeated right now. It's a little shocker, but leading up to the season, they lost a number of players. And Juju Smith-Schuster is not performing. How they're 5-0 or 6-0, wherever they are, is a little unbelievable, but there they are.
So here's the deal. Obviously, we could spend a little bit more time talking about this. We could probably spend a little more time talking about this week in NFL football. But there's an important game about to start, and that is Game 5 of the World Series.
Yes.
So to wrap this up, next week, the person who will wear the wig of shame.
This?
Yes. Is the person
very shameful,
who has the worst record for the 3 games that we're going to pick winners on right now.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay?
All right.
So, in Game 1, who do you have? Raheem Morris's Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers.
Who's going first?
I don't mind going first.
All right.
The Falcons rolled again today, and I take the Falcons again next week. Raheem's got that team tuned up. You do not want to play them. Falcons.
I would like to play the Falcons from 3 weeks ago.
How about it?
The before Raw.
All right, TSG.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
All right, Falcons for you, Pooh Bear.
I'm gonna throw this at you guys. You didn't think about this. Christian McCaffrey will be back for this game. I'm going with the Panthers. Panthers win this game handily.
I like that. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go. I like what Chief. I like what you're saying. I think that Atlanta's rolling. And we'll see what they continue to have. Game 2, the Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Did you see the Bills
Thursday night
being pretty decent?
Mm-hmm. I did not. Did I predict the Bills being decent? No, I did not.
Okay. Who do you got?
I'm going You do not go against Belichick ever.
Okay. TSU, what you got?
I'm gonna go with the. I think they're real in here. I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
So you think they're real deal, huh?
Yeah.
I'm against you guys again. Going with Buffalo. The Bills are rolling.
Yep.
I've picked the Patriots to finish last in their division as the bold prediction for my season. I think the Buffalo Bills win this game.
True to it.
I'm staying true to it.
Yep.
You might as well get that weak handy. Keep that.
All right.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm going with that. I'm going with the Buffalo as well. All right. So here's the problem. These notes I took apparently weren't so good. Game 3, I remember, was the LA Rams. Who are the Rams
Miami.
playing?
Miami. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Oh, yes. Thank you. Page 2. All right. So you got Miami versus LA, Chief.
Yeah. I mean, again, Miami Dolphins shut out the Jets last week. They've got 2 really good quarterbacks that they're working with right now. I've got to go Dolphins.
I'm going LA.
Yeah, I'm going LA
I'm
too.
going LA.
The Dolphins are going to start Tua Tagovailoa again. I think that Aaron Donald and the rest of the team are going to have something cooked up for him. If you remember right, this is still a pretty good defense for the Rams.
Yep.
They're going to be all up in his face. I don't see him succeeding against the Rams. So I got the Rams in that one.
And Pooh Bear, I'm with you. I'm going to go with the Rams as well. This is going to be a problem for Tua. I understand what Miami's trying to do. I think it takes huge gonads to do that with Fitzpatrick playing.
And you can't go back to Fitz. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem is you can't go back. I think this is going to be a tough rest of the season for the Miami Dolphins, and I think that they're going to have some upset fans, the whole 9 yards. I know Tua is the quarterback of the future, but it's not right now.
Hey, they're going to have a nice draft pick to get him some help.
Yep.
That's all there is to it.
So with that, Pooh Bear,
we are done, man. We are excited. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the main event. It was a little chaotic.
Yeah, man. Woo!
We got Brett Michaels with us here.
Whoa, dude.
Garth from Wayne's World. I'm not sure who he is today.
Tune in new week, man.
Anyway, we appreciate you hanging out with us today, guys. We had a lot of feedback from our viewers. That's fantastic. We love that kind of stuff. We'd like to interact with you, so let's keep that up. Also, there are 2 absolutely enormous bombshell news events for us this week. One, we have the new short comedy special coming out. We just viewed, like we said before. It's gonna be a good one, guys. You gotta subscribe. You gotta hit the bell so that you can be alerted when this happens. And there may be a slight chance that we're gonna be live at some point this week. And let me tell you what, you are not going to want to miss that. You are going to need to tune in for that. So ring the bell, be alerted for when we upload. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. The Man Event Show on Instagram. This is gonna be a great week. It's epic week. So excited for this week right now. All right, let's go Rays. Go Bucs. Keep it up
Go
wherever
Rays,
you are.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Let's keep the title town going. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.